Hello everyone, how's it going today? Happy Friday! We are closing in on Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year, so I figured I had some of the Chinese traditional sets, which are always released to tie in to Chinese New Year. I figured that we'd build some. So right now we've got Good Fortune. This one actually came out last year. I didn't get around to building it last year. And we got a gift with purchase, Lion Dance, that actually came out just a few weeks ago. So I figured we'd go ahead and get started with these. Howdy, Bahamut, how's it going? I'm okay. Monday's not really a holiday, but Tuesday is Carnival in Brazil, and that Monday might as well not exist. I understand that. That's like, if there's a holiday that's not on a Monday or a Friday, the intervening days should just, like, also be holidays. Yay, streaking! Bahamut streaking through chat. Oh, watch streaks. You are amusing. Dragons don't wear clothes? Exactly. There's my point. You're streaking through chat. Did I say anything incorrect? There we go. All right. Clear 1x2 with clip. I think we got one of these, or some of those in other sets before. That's true. You're not in a human place. This is a dragon stream. Always dragging your heart around. I'm sorry. I'll stop. We'll never stop. What a lie. Alright, let's see. We've got a minifig to make. Alright, so he's a little sweaty. He only has one face side. Kind of could be a nervous smile. I'll zoom in on him in a second. You got 3 poison rods in FF6? Yeah, now break them all. Snap them right in half. Get those retributive strikes. So you can see the little sweat drops there. All right. Next up, we got teal and red. In a place where the monsters absorb poison. Well, that's just rude of them. Tell them not to. I don't think we've gotten these in beige before, so that's nice. Oh, and these are new. All right, so we've gotten the 2x2 bases with a center thing, but now this is a stud side. So it has only a half tile there. I will definitely have to think. Actually, yeah. Okay. So 2 plates on either side. So this is straight up center. That does mean that this does not match up the let's see. Let's do this. These studs would not match up here. Yeah, so these studs are not centered. But if you do that, then they are. So that's pretty cool. So this is a new piece this year. That's exciting. Always good to get more brackets. Brackets are great for either for A, side stud building, and B, great for like locking things in together. You again wish that rods teach spells. Yeah, it is a little silly what things do and what things don't. There aren't really that many items that teach spells. I suppose that's one reason why they didn't have the rods teach the spells. Does the poison rod just do poison, or does it do bio? I can't remember. Because if it just does poison, then that kind of sucks. Pardon me. Who cares about poison? Yeah, and I hate that you have to break them in that game. I remember the first time, I'm not sure if I realized that they broke the first time that I used them. Because I was used to using the rods in 4, you know, because we went from 4 to 6. Although I think 5 they didn't break, but maybe they did, I don't know. And, yeah, so I remember, I think I broke a rod, and I think I may have reloaded the game out of disgust. Like, no, how dare you? Because, like, when you get Rydia in Final Fantasy IV, the best thing to do with her, to start, like for the first few fights at least, and even for a while, is just use the rod. The regular old rod, because that does like a solid 28 to 30 points of damage every time. And I don't think it can miss. Like, it's more damage than she would do physically attacking. Oh, I already got that on there. And it's more like, yeah, and it's a decent damage to a single target, and you're not using up MP. Same thing with a lot of the other rods. Just get her a dancing dagger. Yeah, right then and there. That's just get her a dancing dagger that you can't get her. Right. I hate that they weakened that in the Pixel remaster. So lame. So lame to weaken that. You gotta cheat. I remember in NES 3, I did end up cheating using a glitch to get all the onion equipment, because I'm like, I could fight these dragons, which are rare. I may not even encounter them. I could fight them to get the onion equipment, or I could just cheat. I'm good with cheating. I'm good with cheating. Yeah, it wasn't overpowered. Cheat? What a crude word. You're just using unintended mechanics to achieve a more appropriate outcome. Good point. Good point. I remember, I do still occasionally get people accusing me of cheating in the gold box games by maxing out my stats, and it's like, I'm not even using an exploit. I'm not even doing something that is, unintended. Like, I'm using built-in mechanics. The game just lets you, exactly. Yeah, so and the reason for it, like as stated in the manual at least, I mean, maybe it is just to let you make powerful characters. I don't know. But the stated reason is so that you could recreate your favorite tabletop character in the game. And it's like, that's actually kind of nice, you know? I was very annoyed in Baldur's Gate when you couldn't do that. Not that there's anything stopping you from re-rolling for hours to get a better stat line, which I did do. And then moving points around. I hate point buy. Now, to be fair, I did cheat in the Gold Box games by editing my hit points, but again, like, I could have just saved the game, leveled up, and if I wasn't happy with the hit points, reloaded. So it's like, I'm just, like, speeding up a process that you could do normally. Or Temple of Elemental Evil, where you can shove the points box into the attribute value boxes. I have not played that game, so I don't know what that means. Neverwinter Nights went with point buy, probably to keep things balanced from folks who would just re-roll until mostly 18s. Well, I think point buy was also getting more popular at that point anyway. I know a lot of people who will not play, or like, they say, at least, that they will not play without point buy. You can shove it with a half-orc balance? What do you mean? I don't know half-orcs in 3E. +2 strength isn't worth -2 int and... oh, that's right, yeah. Yeah, I think in 3E they did not know, like, there were no +1, -1s. It was always +2 or -2 or something. If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, yeah. That does make, because there's a lot of there, like, a +2 or a -2. Like, a +2 is very rare in AD&D. -2 is a little bit more common, I think. I have to go back and look. Most things are +1 or -1. Because, again, there's bounded stats. There are two ways to build there, roll or point buy. You can go to the point buy tab, drag the value there 25 points over to your attribute. Oh, God. So, that sounds like a bug. Like, is that an actual bug? Like a straight-up bug, unintended? I actually can't remember what half-orcs get in AD&D. Dang, I don't have my tablet down here. I could pull it up if I had my tablet down here. The funny thing in 2E is that half-orcs can get higher constitution, max constitution, than orcs. Should be easy enough to Google. For 2nd edition, I don't know. Maybe. There is I guess there is a 2nd edition wiki. Maybe it's there. I don't really look at it. You can also roll 999 times, and the game just gives you max values for attributes. In the incredibly unlikely event that I ever play that game, I may do that. If you roll the 1,000th time, it goes down to all 3s instead. Okay, is it obvious if you get to that it happens, or do you actually have to count? Because if you actually have to count, never mind. +1 strength, +1 con, -2 charisma. Yeah, there you go. There is a visible counter. Ah, okay. You can do it. Yeah, so +1, +1, and -2 means that you're getting, you know, +2, -2, balancing out. It works out well, you know, compared to elves with and dwarves and halflings and gnomes, which all get a +1 and a -1. You tried to move the value from that counter into the attributes as well. Does not work. Aww. How dare they not have more bugs? Should probably go with exploit rather than bug, just because, like, a bug is when, you know, you walk through a door and it deletes your character because of some divide overflow error. That is an exploit. Because there's probably nothing really bad that happens if you do that. So we got these rounded pieces, half arches kind of thing. I believe these fit into the 1x6 arch. A 1x6x2 arch. So that's pretty cool. And these are in pearl gold. One of the fun things about all of these Chinese traditional sets is the sheer amount of pearl gold pieces that you get. No shortage of those bugs in the game as well. That's fair. Those are all, like, as I got older, I realized, very pleasantly surprised at the relative lack of major bugs in the gold box games. And then, of course, there was the Eye of the Beholder thing that happened. Definitely a bug, and I don't know what caused it in my LP, where Ald got mind blasted and I think hit by an Illithid and got knocked down to, I think, negative 188 hit points, but he was just unconscious, not dead. That was highly amusing when that happened. I mean, he took a beating, but he's still alive, you know? Maybe it was negative 88. I don't know. It was one of those two. But it was pretty considerable. It was pretty considerable, yeah. And we got new corner curved elements that are only a brick high as well. That's nice. Took a licking, kept on ticking. Well, not exactly a licking. Not exactly a licking. No Illithid licking, please. I do not want to be licked by an Illithid. For some characters, having the brain melted is not a lethal occurrence. Oh, I did have to cheat, I think, once in Baldur's Gate. I did have to go edit my character stats once, I think. Or it was another character or something. I think it was like... Because I was a fighter mage, so it couldn't be intelligence. Maybe it was wisdom. You needed a wisdom of 8 to be able to read. Or maybe it was Minsk. Minsk, I think, has an intelligence of 8, and he couldn't read. Couldn't even read, like, protection scrolls, and I got very angry about that. I don't want to be licked by an with it. Closes the 621. I mean, if other people want to, I'm not going to stop them. What if I licked the Illithid? No thank you. I think that would be quite disgusting. I don't think Illithid tastes good. Illithid slime. What's it taste like? Or no, let me redo it. Yeah, but how does it taste? It tastes like mauve. That's what Illithids taste like. They taste like mauve. All right, spare parts. We got a gold 1x1 plate flower extra. Get our bag number 2. So did that already. They taste like squid? I don't know. I don't know. They're actually amphibians, not cephalopods. Licking things. What are we? Roger Wilco? Then why the squid face? Well, it's not actually a squid face. It just resembles a squid, kind of like how everything becomes crabs. Yeah, back before Ceramorphosis, they were Illithids. I said they're Illithid. They were amphibians. Sorry. I'm distracted by Lego. Alright, 2 5L plates with round ends and axle holes. Nice to always get more of these. They did change the mold of these many years ago. They used to have holes in the end, so there were only 2 studs, and they were toothed for the old angle connector elements, Technic angle connector thingies. I should get some of those out one of these days. Have I mentioned that I really don't like Ceramorphosis? I really don't. I'm not sure if that's come up before. That's how you get a good solid kicking from the horse gardenal folks, whose name I'm blanking on. Equinol, I think? Maybe that's it. I think that's it. Or as they say in Baldur's Gate, ceramorphosis. It's like aluminium. It's the fancy way of saying it. The posh way. Alright, 2 of these. Ah, Italian. Just in time for the Olympics. Turn that up in my head. And it's Risa Oki, too. Big fan. She sings extremely well in multiple languages. Alright, so we got a blue double friction pin. Not putting anything in that yet. No. Okay. Okay, get that there. It's not Dutch, it's Danish. It's fine. They both start with D, right? They're both Germanic, right? I do need to go back to Billund one of these days. I went there in 1992. Yeah, I think he has like a fixed percentage to stumble. I really feel like it should be level-based. It's very annoying. I think it might also be based on, like, out of element. If you're out of element kind of thing. Alt escapes the US to live behind the Lego factory. I'll find all the molds they've buried in concrete. You mark my word. I will find the mold for the cypress trees if it kills me. And then it does. Where's my box of cypress trees anyway? What do I do with that? Oh yeah, there it is. Alright. Not the most accessible right now. I'd pull them out to show, but... The box in total is worth worth $100. I mean, $1,000 right now, so... Whereas I probably paid like 100. Little off topic, if I built the Stark Tower Star Trek Enterprise, and if so, what were my thoughts on them? I have not built Stark Tower. I have not gotten that one. I would like to get that, the Avengers Tower, because it is a modular city set, essentially. I have built the Enterprise, and there are the VODs on my All Dragon VODs YouTube channel, if you want to check that out. The Enterprise is very good. It is actually a lot bigger than I expected. It's pretty big, but it's great. It looks great. Yeah, it's quite the cost adjustment on those. They've really gone up in price. You got a Black Friday and was thinking about using your points to get the tower this month? That's a good point. I'd wait until there's a good, like, gift with purchase that you really want, or double VIP points. I don't know when either of those are coming up, though. Alright, saucer eyes here. Radar dish saucer, and 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Howdy, Tom Brown. How's it going? But yeah, I do want the Avengers Tower. I want to get the Arkham Asylum. The Arkham Asylum is interesting because it's the first concave corner. All the other ones are convex, like outer corners. So that's pretty cool. Looking at the size of the box of the Republic Star Destroyer, wondering where the hell you'll put a 4-foot-long ship. Wherever it damn well pleases. Hopefully somewhere out of sunlight. I was actually going through a box of unsorted Lego, sorting them, and I found in a previous box something similar. I found 2 blue 1x4 Technic bricks, and previously I had found 2 blue 2x2 chairs. All 4 of them are discolored, and none of them have been in sunlight. They're all uniformly discolored. It's very interesting. I asked around, no one's familiar with any obvious discoloring, but like from like 10, 15 years ago. So I have no idea what sets those were in. I might go on to New Elementary and ask them. They might know. They are obsessed with bricks and colors and stuff. Howdy, Cozy. How's it going? Well, don't unseal it. Keep that gate sealed. I'm doing pretty well. Looking forward to tomorrow. Oh wow, there's like nothing connecting that at all. That is wobbly. Yeah, but it's not mint and sealed box, Gilded Tongue. It has a lot of shelfware. It's unfortunate. There we go. We got our eyebrows. I do like the how that looks. That's pretty nice. There we go. We got a D-snot piece and a silver 1x1 cylinder plate there. Probably the pearl. A lot of like these are basically Fu Lions, as D&D would term them. And they were kind of seen as related to dragons. And I think there's like a lot in Chinese mythology about them being like having pearls that give them power or something. I think that's kind of where like Dragon Balls came from. And you'll see like a lot of depictions of dragons clutching a sphere in a claw. You do admit you kind of like the dinner sequence in FF6. Time limit kind of sucks, but I like how the game made gameplay out of non-combat. Yeah, that is a pretty nice. That was pretty nice. We get kind of a droopy lower lip. Let's give him a raised upper lip. Yeah, like, you want to skip through the dialogue and not actually read it to get the time limit. I think I may have, like, gone through and talked to everyone and then, like, off camera redid it so that I could hit the time limit kind of thing or something. When I originally played. Don't remember for sure. But yeah, it's always great when there's an element of, you know, like you're getting more out, like you're doing more than just running around fighting monsters. That's really nice. Howdy, Lord Canis. You had to nearly break your phone before you could type. Hate it when the internet goes out and you have to scrimp on what scraps your cell plan gives. Ooh. Spoiler, breadcrumbs are more filling. More filling than what? And we have the jaw. 1x1 cylinder plate. Howdy, Kinshare. How's it going? Then the bandwidth your hotspot gives. Oh, understood. Understood. I get it. And 1 gold horn right there. Well, you should tell him to stop, Bahamut. That's just rude. Okay, then we get our minifigs in here. Surviving, you think? Chick's pulse. Yep, still alive. I want to check it again. Are you sure? Are you sure you checked it properly? So this is a very large costume, essentially. I like that it has minifigs inside. It's kind of adorable. Alright, so spare parts. Silver 1x1 cylinder plate, black 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, white saucer, a bright green 1x1 quarter cylinder tile, red 1L beam, and gold tooth claw element. Alright, next up, we are doing a yellow one. You were disappointed after 20 years you realized Esper was just ESPer, extrasensory perception user? Yeah, I know. At the same time, it does go to show how you can have multiple definitions for words. There we go. Get our lady. And I do like that basically anytime a set comes with an even number of minifigs, they make sure that, with the exception of, like, licensed stuff that has specific characters, they make sure that it has an even number of males and females. I appreciate that now. I really do. 2 games using Esper is very different. Final Fantasy VI and Blade Runner. I mean, it's less of a mouthful than a summoned monster. Just as much of a mouthful as Aeon. Sort of. But Bahamut, it's made of mithril! Mithril! AKA silver in Final Fantasy IV. I think you mean Eidolon. Yeah, there's a few that do Eidolon. Some of the Final Fantasies do. I can't remember which ones offhand. It's definitely Eidolon. Eidolon's an actual word. I don't know about Elodian. Silver Mithril, what's the darn difference between the two? Well, silver is very soft, and Mithril is very tough. And it's very light, and you can make a male shirt out of it, and Bilbo can wear it. You always put the emphasis on I in Eidolon? Well, that's what I was doing. Eidolon. I can't say that I've heard it pronounced unless it's in like Final Fantasy 12 or something. Oh, yeah, I guess I am. What are you? Eidolon? As in, like, idle? Idle on? As opposed to Aura Halcom? No, you got the spelling correct, actually. Is it wrong? I don't know. At the same time, it's like, if people know what you mean, it's not that big of a deal. Pronounce it the way you want. You're surprised? No? No, you got it. Oh, fair enough. And with Aura Halcom, you gotta get that... Aura Halcom. Like chutzpah. Howdy, Bahorn. How's it going? I was wondering how it is folk don't Hakalugi pronouncing such words. Missed the notice that I was live because you were playing FF4 Pixel? Hey, no worry. I hope you were having fun. Better be having fun if you're missing me. I mean, glad they kept the Spoony Bard line. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they kind of have to. There would be open revolt if they didn't. I would love to talk to Ted Woolsey and find out what he was thinking when he wrote that. Like was what kind of inspiration did he have? Is Spoony some insult that I am not familiar with outside of FF4? Downside now, you have said Bard in your party. Well, you can just have him hide. Oh, does it actually have a real definition? I guess I never looked it up. Foolishly amorous. Oh, alright. An actual word. Wow. I always kind of thought it was just a made-up insult. That's amazing. My appreciation for Ted Woolsey, it goes up even more. Not a criticism of his physique. I didn't think it was. I kind of just, figured it meant, like dorky doofus idiot kind of thing. I mean, spooning is something different, Lel Bunny. Unless they're using it differently than I am. Which is possible. Yeah, addle-brained is a good assumption. Not spoony, Dad. Spooning. I don't need to know these things. Well, I'm not a happy little spoon, Gilded Tongue, but my spoon is too big. How do you think, Kalos? How's it going? Gonna do the banquet stuff when not distracted by alt stream? It's a specific reference, Lel Bunny. It is a specific reference to Rejected by Don Hertzfeld. And if people have not watched Rejected by Don Hertzfeld, they should do themselves a favor and watch Rejected by Don Hertzfeld. It is award-winning. You had to look that up? Do your favor. Yes, exactly. There you go. You reject my suggestion? I mean, you can reject my suggestion. It's fine. If you don't want to experience the glory that is Don Hertzfeld's Rejected. It is absolutely brilliant and amazing. One of the funniest things I have ever seen in my entire life. You'd heard it before, so it was somewhere in your brain, but the context was gone from memory. That's fair enough. I mean, it's entirely possible that you've heard it before from me. I have definitely referenced Rejected before. You need a spoon for breakfast soup, indeed. Indeed. We're gonna need a bigger bowl. Yeah, I did that once. I made some soup once, and like I got not the biggest pot, but the second biggest pot, and it was like this close to the top. When I was done, and I was like, oh god. And then next time I used the biggest pot, and it was like this far from the top. I'm like, these don't actually look that much bigger, but this big one is a lot bigger. I do have another favorite quote from Rejected that I do not repeat. It is, "Do not want to get demonetized." It's worth it though. What? Did someone say breakfast soup, Lil Bunny? Woohoo! Breakfast soup! Yeah, loves me some breakfast soup. Well, let's not say I did. How's that, little bunny? That works for me. More pickles for the pickle army, huh? There we go. All right, spare parts. A bright green 1x1 plate flower. And now bag number 4 for the head. No, we could just agree to say I did. That's fine. That is specifically a Garfield reference, by the way. Ooh, shaint. So fancy. Using the fancy words. All right, and there we go. Get his hair on there. Our 4th minifig. Monster misbehaving, planet needs saving, situation's grave, and I'll form the head. Is that a reference to something? Does not sound familiar to me. I mean, I'll form the head obviously is. I want to say that's from Voltron. I haven't seen Voltron in forever, so I don't know. It's a song referencing Voltron. Got it, yeah. I should check out the original Go Lion one day. I did notice that Tubi has, I think Volta's 5. Or Volta's V. I'm not sure. I can't remember if it's Volta's 5 or Volta's V. Probably 5. That makes the most sense. I need to watch that. One of these days. Funny thing about Power Rangers, and it's like one of the few things that I think of. Power Rangers was not like something that I've ever watched, but when I graduated, the student who spoke at the graduation kind of did the kids aren't that different from us kind of thing. Kind of riff, and one of the things that she riffed on was, "Isn't Power Rangers just Voltron?" Getting tired in Minecraft, a thing you're trying to do now is requiring too much mental effort to do. Well, that's unfortunate. One of the funniest things about the graduation, though, was that our speaker was an alumni of the high school, Ben Stein, who at the time was famous for Ben Stein's Money. For people with a more history bent, know him as a speechwriter for Richard Nixon. He spoke, and then there was the reading off of the students, and there was a student graduating in our class named Bueller. And re-exploring terra firma craft, and some of the mechanics frustrated the hell out of you. Ended up disabling collapses. Oh. Is that a separate game, or is that like a mod of Minecraft? I don't really do modding. It's a separate game. Got it. Oh, it is a Minecraft mod. Oh, okay. No, I do know what Terraria is. Brain not braining. Understandable, yeah. It is late. It is late. Although, not as late here, not as late for you as it is here. But still, no, I understand. It's also Friday. You don't need to have your brain working on Friday. That's what I'm here for, so you can just relax and enjoy some content. Me building some Lego. Now, I have not gotten these in orange. 1x3 plates with round ends. That's nice to get. That is really nice to get. Getting these in more colors is very nice. Exciting. Mathing out ores to make bismuth bronze, because apparently you can't shortcut to a cast iron pickaxe. You can only make wrought iron tools. Okay. You know what you should make? Hear me out here. Arsenic bronze. Wink. If arsenic was an available material in the game. That would be kind of funny, actually. Yeah, there's some theories that the lameness of Hephaestus is based on bronze workers who made arsenic bronze. How can we murder our enemies subtly without arsenic while we murder our own people? You tried to feed the beast Minecraft, and nope. I have not done anything other than, like, cosmetic stuff for Minecraft. I'm just not interested in that. You can make regular bronze, copper and tin, bismuth bronze, zinc, bismuth, and copper, and black bronze, gold, silver, and copper. No arsenic, though. How dare they? How dare they? What if I want to kill myself slowly over time working bronze? Huh? Huh, game? Ugh. Jeez. How rude. Not taking my wishes into consideration. Just realized there's no lead either. I'm not sure what lead is used in alloy-wise. Suppose you could make lead pipes. Get that fun, slow, crazy building. And Lunatastic, how's it going? Let me get you a shout out there. Let me get my my keyboard out. Were you playing some more Vintage Story? Did I read that correctly, or is that another day? Ad jail. Oh, yeah. Sorry. You came in just as the ads were running. I'm sorry. Vintage Story, yes. Like, I got the pre-roll ads off. That should mean that people coming in while the ad is running should not get ads. They should get a grace period. That's really mean. You don't get ads either way? That's fair. Like, the whole point of having these scheduled ad breaks is so that people don't get ads when they come in. And yet there they go, giving people ads when they come in anyway. Your government protects you from ads on Twitch. I wish my government did. Oops, I also need these axles. Few mods you love for Minecraft? I don't want your government? That's fair. Hey, I don't want my government right now either, so... Alright, get that on there. On the underside, we get more of the macaroni. Okay, ad break is done. Are you out of ad jail now, Lunatastic? Kind of sus that we talked about cars briefly on stream, and you're getting car ads. Well, they did discover that phones are, like, actually are tracking what people talk about to give them ads. Which is, extremely bad. Fair, but I don't want your government more. That's fair. That's fair. You're free! So how did your Vintage Story stream go, Lunatastic? How is the Ald? The Ald is good. Full of hibachi and donuts. I mean, just because they're listening to people talk about things doesn't mean that they're listening to people talk about things all the time. And it's working 100% of the time. You baked, you made jam, you combined the bread and the jam. Good stream. But did you put the ham on the bread and... Wait. Hmm. Hmm. You know, maybe that's not a sandwich you want. No ham. I know. It's terrible. I learned that before. How dare. Also building a stable. Stable what? I mean, I understand you don't want your buildings to fall down. I'm terrible. It is tragic, yes. Like, how dare they? How do they not understand how glorious ham is? A horse stable. I mean, horses are pretty stable. It's the whole 4 legs thing. Dragons too, yes. That is true. I very rarely fall over. It is true. Right, there's the mouth on that lion. Horses, Pegasi, and dragons? Yay! Wait, you can ride dragons in that game? Disagree. Dragons aren't for riding. Dwagon Age 3 Inquisition. Alright, spare parts. We got black 1x1 cylinder plate and 1L beam in yellow. Now let's go ahead and get our minifigs under here. Okay, lady gets to go in the back. Gotta find a dragon egg to steal in the wild. No stealing dragon eggs. Jeez. Those are our children. Wow, terrible. Is it normal to get 2 leftover pieces? Certain pieces, yes. This is my container of extra pieces. So not all of them are straight up extra pieces. Like these 2 windows are alternate pieces. So not extra in the way of, like, these aren't, the other ones are not on the instructions, but with certain pieces, small pieces, you, like, these 1x1 plate flowers, you always get an extra one. It used to be 1 per bag. If there was a bag with these pieces in it, you'd get an extra one. Now it's just 1 per set. It's disappointing. But so you can tell that, like, it's mostly small pieces. Mostly. You don't get extra, like, 2x4s. So here are our lion costumes. Our lion dance costumes. It's a very cute set. I like it. Good pieces. Very good pieces. Lots of pearl gold. Yellow and red is kind of... I can always use white. But also bright orange and orange. That's always nice. So, very cool. Need those eggs if you want to make draconians for your armies. Wow. Can't believe the monsters around here. These are dragon children we're talking about. Alright, so with that done... yes. Lunar New Year is next week, so I figured I'd do the various Chinese traditional sets that I have hanging around. This is from last year, Good Fortune. So let's go ahead and get this one open and start building. So we're going to do some more of these next week. I do have the one for this year, the horse thingy, because it's the year of the horse. Of course. Also, dragon omelet. Oh, you monsters. How dare you? Talking about... How would you feel if I talked about eating you people? Oh, I do, princesses. Yeah, but princesses don't count, you know? There's 5. There's 8. 4. 3. 2, and 1. And a 16 by 16 plate. That does work. But you do, like... Growing dragons need princesses, too. It's a very vital, important part of our diets. Alright, teal brick separator. Chuck that aside. Because I've got those for days. Ooh, right. Forgot that this was not taller than the my window. Alright, let's see. So it is build together with 1 to 3 builders. I do like the artwork that they put in these instruction booklets. They're very cute. Fu is a Chinese character with deep significance embodying centuries of tradition and values. An important word which is symbolic of good luck, prosperity, and well-being. It is deeply rooted in traditional Chinese culture as a sentiment of positive energy and good fortune, especially during festivals and celebrations. It contains the eternal yearning and ideas of hundreds of millions of Chinese people from ancient times to modern times. Not only does Fu embody people's pursuit of a happy life, but also reflects people's expectations for a better future. You can see the pursuit and love of this character all over China and the rest of the world, especially during the Spring Festival. People always express their hope for good fortune in a variety of ways, such as Spring Festival couplets, persimmons, gold ingots, magpies, lucky fruits, etc., each endowed with deep symbolic meanings and the yearning for a happy life in the new year. I also like to express my hope for good fortune with gold ingots. I also do that too. Like, I totally understand that. It makes a lot of sense. Alright, smack dab in the center. Now do I have enough teal brick separators to make a roof with? Oh yeah, I mean... I don't know exactly how many teal brick separators I have, but it's got to be dozens. I need to put them all in a single bin one of these days. And then wait until that bin is too big. Hey look, we're making curling rings! Sadly, I was thinking about it. So they do have 4x4 tiles. Like this is probably going to go out here, but so they do have a 4x4 tile that fits out there. They don't have any more. But I was thinking about it, like for an actual curling rink. Blanking on the term for it. It's not a rink. Whatever. So 2x2 cylinder for the button. The 4-foot ring would just be one ring of macaroni. The 3x3 and 4x4 would be the 8-foot, but then you need 2 more for the 12-foot. So can't really do it, unfortunately. At least not with the current parts. Lego. You know what you want to do. For me. Specifically for me. I just want a curling, curling Lego set. Is that so wrong? Is that so wrong? Princesses are terrible captives that make Ransom of Red Chief look tame. That's a reference that goes over my head, Kincher. that lint off of here. Get out. Go. Classic story by O. Henry. Okay. This is not a classic story that I am familiar with then. Like, considering how much more popular curling has gotten over the past few years, I'm really surprised that LEGO has not included a curling minifig in any of their collectible minifig sets. Are there any Native American D&D books? In what way? Second edition Legends and Lore and first edition Legends and Lore, Deities and Demigods, had Native American mythos, but it's very much a mixture of a whole bunch of different things that don't necessarily work together, like from different native cultures. Kidnappers find their captive is so obnoxious that they pay parents to take the kid back. Okay, that does sound a little bit more familiar. That said, it's also kind of classic. Like, all right, 4x4 turntable bases in the corners. Not really, just because it doesn't really, like... It's a very different kind of game. Like, it would be a very different kind of game compared to your standard medieval D&D fantasy. Hey, good luck with that, Marav. I mean, I don't know that you're going to find a whole lot. I mean, like, Maztica is kind of Native American stuff, but it's more, like, there is some, like, U.S. Native American, but most of it is Central and South American Native American stuff. Cities of Gold might work. I don't know, I haven't read that one. Yeah, there might be some non-D&D stuff. I don't know about that. I don't know how sensitive it would actually be to real Native American culture, though. Like, the Legends and Lore stuff from 1E and 2E is not exactly accurate. That's not all of them, Bahamut? What happened? There's a lot of gold tiles here. Other than, like, GURPS, I don't really know many other RPGs. Tabletop. I mean, well, like, that do fantasy stuff. A person got mad you were blocking their one creature and did a board wipe so they could activate its ability. I mean, isn't that normal, though? Like, pull out a powerful thing if your normal plan doesn't work, kind of thing? Oh, you weren't blocking. Got it. Oh, okay. Sorry, I misread. Oops. 1x2 plates down here. That's why I ran out of 1x2 tiles. Wait, board wipe does damage to a creature? Shouldn't board wipe just prevent its things from happening? Today is Friday, yes. Is it not Friday? It's Friday. It's Friday the 13th. Did I goof up on my announcement? Maybe I did. No, I got that right. There are board wipes that can do damage. Ah. I mean, it seems like he had a plan for his things. I don't know. I mean, well, yeah. The month after February, unless it's a leap year, always has the days fall on the same days of the week. All right, lots of gold macaroni there. Howdy, not a rogue AI. You're here now, and that means that your day can be better. Because everything is better with me. Or else. Beware the... It's not the Ides of March. You can't beware the Ides of March when it's not the... Well, actually, no, you can. Actually, you're right. That's kind of the point of beware the Ides of March. Sorry. Alright, 4x4 cylinder brick and 4x4 black cone. Creature wasn't You weren't blocking was Screaming Nemesis. When it takes damage, you can deal that damage to any target, and if that target is you direct, then you cannot gain life for the rest of that match. I mean, it seems like he had a good plan, though. That in there. 2x2 or a 2L axle right in there, and a gray 2x2 cylinder tile with center stud. And your deck setup is based around life game. Well, do I play video games? Yes. Mondays are I stream. Right now I'm streaming Dragon Quest 2, the HD 2D remaster. I'm going to move on to Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined when that is done, and we're closing in on the end. But primarily over on YouTube, I do Let's Plays. Let me get you a links, which I should update with the VODs channel, I suppose, one of these days. There you go. There's my my YouTube. I have been creating Let's Play videos for a little while, you know, since 2011. Just a little while. Alright, spare parts. We got a gold 1x1 plate flower, gold 1x1 quarter cylinder tile, and a, what is that? That is medium azure 1x1 tile. I think it's medium azure. No, it's probably dark azure. That, I think, is medium azure. I'm sorry to hear that, Nadaroge. I hope you've taken something. Ah, I need to do 3 of these. But yeah, my streaming is Mondays from 4 to around 10. Play a game, usually. Right now it's Dragon Quest, and it's been Dragon Quest for a little while. As we go through the HD 2D remasters, and now the 7 is out. Wednesdays and Fridays I build Lego, 7 to 10. And then Saturdays, I play a tabletop Spelljammer 2nd edition campaign. Well, I mean, if you got a headache, probably should take something for it. Might help. So I believe these are going to be the ingots mentioned in the little set description. Really getting a lot of pearl gold pieces. A lot of pearl gold plates, actually. It's pretty great. I don't know what I'll do with them, but... Are those boats? No, I think they're going to be gold ingots. They're kind of boat-shaped, though. I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if that's a coincidence. It's a Chinese thing. I don't know that much about Chinese culture. I just like these sets. I like the ones with minifigs better, but There's good pieces in these. I get it. I get it, Bahamut. That is unfortunate. Where is the other one? There it is. Do I know a No Man's Sky? I know of it. I have not played it. I mostly play retro. Older stuff, or semi-older stuff. Right now, over on the YouTubes, I am playing Final Fantasy X and Eiyuden Chronicle. Those are the current LPs. You're a bit surprised that doing these LEGO sets doesn't inspire me to go read about things like Chinese culture? I mean, I do sometimes. I'm not so interested in the traditional celebrations type stuff. I'm more interested in the mythology. But I'm also nowhere even close to being ready to try doing the Chinese pantheon for D&D, updating that. And I don't know if I want to, since I don't know that I could do justice to it. So if I was going to be reading, culture and mythology stuff right now, it would be Greek, because that's what I'm working on. You named your spaceships Knight Rider and Daywalker? Nice. But do you have kit? That's the question. It is a pretty neat design, Kinshare. I do like how this would look on something. That's pretty nice. Not good at naming things normally. I mean, those are good. If you enjoy the names that you give things, then that's good. You think Latin is the best language? Welsh is right there, sir. I don't think any language is the best. There are languages that I am more passionate about than others. I did try to learn Latin. I did take that for a couple years in high school, and I remember very little. Elamite is clearly the best. We haven't even deciphered that, sir. Can't claim something that we haven't deciphered is the best. My personal favorite language, actually, is English. I love English. It is a glorious language. As linguist John McWhorter said, Our magnificent bastard tongue. Can I pronounce that? No. I mean, like, if I sat down and did it slowly, yes. Do I know that name by heart? Like that one British weatherman? No. Yeah, it called them gold ingots, and I made a comment about how I also consider gold ingots good fortune. So these are very big reddish-orange dome pieces. English is one of the, I don't know about few, but there aren't too many languages that you can actually make a fully linguistic, like, grammatically correct run-on sentence. Infinitely long. Like an infinitely long run-on sentence. Most languages can't do that. Turkish is another one that can. Well, there's also that, yes. But you need 8 buffaloes for that one. Alright, that just rests on there. And basically the reason that you can do that is because you can nest clauses inside English, and you can't do that in every language. No. I mean, that's technically grammatically incorrect, whereas Latin actually can laugh at word order. Alright, so we've got these, so we do have, 5x5, macaroni pieces, but they're not tiles, so you could do that, but we don't have 6x6. What I was talking about with the curling rink. That's fine, Bahamut. I'm just pointing things out. Don't kill your wife with work, let electricity do it? Yes. Although, some of that there's a term for it. It's not the language per se, it's... I mean, that is, but something like the Oxford comma, you can distinguish, like, the Oxford comma is a purely writing thing. It's not something that you can truly see in the literary, in the spoken language. People can make the point that they want, distinguish between a list of 3 things versus a pair that are a narrowing down of a first term kind of thing that the Oxford comma does. Like, you can just do that through tone. Alright, now we have got curved top macaroni pieces. these on here. And our 4 dark green leaves. Let's actually get this over here right now. Okay, clip that on. So is that an Oxford comma? Isn't that just a comma? Okay, so Bahamut, yes, but some style guides recommend against the Oxford comma, which is the serial comma, where you separate each item with a comma. So like you say X, Y, and Z. One style guide, the Oxford style guide, says X, comma, Y, comma, and Z. The non-serial comma, the non-Oxford comma, is X, comma, Y, and Z. Basically indicating that the and serves the same function as a comma. The problem, though, is that X, comma, Y, and Z could be... no, that's not what a semicolon is for. A semicolon separates clauses, not a list of things. Commas either separate a list of things or indicate a brief pause. Like, however, comma. That's why you hate grammar? You mean Grammar? I mean... So a semicolon can serve the same purpose in typography as an em dash. Basically, if you can put a semicolon in a sentence, then you can also put an em dash there. Well, no, actually that's not true. There are places where you can put a em dash that you can't put a semicolon in, now that I think about it. Am I familiar with the Disgaea series? Yes, I have no desire to play that because it's very, very long. I do own, I think, the first 2, maybe even the first 3. So basically, with this, we used the round clips here to reverse the stud direction and get it within a brick height. So a pretty good use of that part there, and these parts, this whole thing, actually. So we get that on the bottom. And there we go. So we make a vase. That is nice and smooth, actually. I like that. And that just fits right in there. Yeah, it's a oh yeah, no, that's a good point. It's a persimmon, not a vase. That seems like really flat on top. Yes, thank you, because they did mention persimmons. That is what that is. You played one and eventually tapered off because of grinding? Yeah, that's one reason why I am not going to LP it. Too much grinding for me. I don't mind some grinding. Doing a heck of a lot in Final Fantasy X, but Disgaea kind of takes it to an extreme. So, okay, so an M dash you can use where you'd use a semicolon or parentheses. That's what it is. Had to remember that. I do like typography, so I enjoy it. And AI will steal my M dash over my cold dead hands. Do I know what you call adventure games in Russia? Not offhand. Like point-and-click adventure games or another kind of adventure game? There's a few different kinds of adventure games that I could think of. Sorry, boss, I'm not a vase. Point-and-click primarily. Dang it, I have to get to Zerfall's thing. Where's Percy? There's Percy. There's Percy. Got Percy in there. Call them quests. Is that because the Sierra games were very popular? Alright, 1x2 half arches, inverted half arches. Because most of them were something quest. It would make sense. Alright, let me get this over here. So I got a little bit more room here. Alright. 2x4, there it is. Right there. Yeah, King's Quest, Space Quest, Hero's Quest or Quest for Glory, Police Quest, Eco Quest, The Adventures of Willie Beamish. Wait. You remember Freddy Farkas Quest? Larry Quest, you know. Most point-and-clicks used to be a question of how much absurd logic could be stuffed into the disc. See, I don't actually feel that way about King's Quest games. Or the Sierra games. I don't think that they are... Like, there is some silliness to the logic, but I don't think it's, like, an excessive amount. I found Monkey Island 2 especially bad at how much ridiculous logic there was. Not to say it's a bad game. Just, it was excessive. Iceman was so unsilly, it was actually very hard, like trying to navigate a sub. Yes, that is true. Codename Iceman was the opposite of absurd logic, and to its detriment. Problem was expecting people to have advanced familiarity with Mother Goose fairy tales. I mean, only in Mixed Up Mother Goose. Did I play that one? I think I played that one. I can't remember. If I did, I think it was like 2 episodes. Maybe I was going to and decided not to because it would have been only 2 episodes. The Black Cauldron is still one of my favorites, though. It's simplistic, it's silly, but I adore it. It's not even very big. Oh, I always will bomb it. Always. Can't stop me. In the first version of King's Quest I, they weren't aware Rumpelstiltskin had 2 spellings. No, the issue was most people tried to spell it backwards, but they wanted a backwards cipher. And a backwards cipher for children is a little ridiculous. That one, that is definitely an exception. Did I read the Pride and Chronicles as a kid? Oh, yeah. In fact, I just was recommending that to Zerfall to read to Zerfina. Pride and Chronicles are my favorite children's book. Book series, I should say. Wonder how Moon Logic, the one with them naked in a hot tub on the cover, was. I don't know that was very Moon Logic-y. That was... Oh, geez. I am blanking on that. I should know it, too. I don't think that he uses that with... Well, I mean, part of it is, like, I'm not sure what he has said recently, because it hasn't come up during my LPs with him, like, only when we're not recording. So I don't know that he has said much about it. Like, what made a decision on what to call her to not use her real name kind of thing. Now that she can actually have opinions on, like, when she was a baby. It's a little bit different. You remember enjoying reading those books many, many years ago? I mean, if you go in, like, even now, I think that they're still good if you go in with the realization that they are aimed at children. I think I've heard of Eternum, but I don't know anything about it. And I could be wrong on, like, I could be misremembering, like, thinking of something else kind of thing. So we've got solid red 2x4 half cylinders. Not exactly half cylinders. They're a little bit more. I don't know if I have solid colors of these. I know I have transparent. Trans yellow and trans light blue. Don't know about red. You only read The High King as a kid because you found it in the school library. Didn't get to read the rest until you were an adult. Oh man, starting with The High King? Jeez. That's got to be bizarre. Like, not knowing who the characters are, not getting the emotional impact. Hadn't even seen the Disney Black Cauldron by then. Well, I mean, no one did, so. Like, I appreciate what Lloyd Alexander actually said about the Disney Black Cauldron. He said, "It's not my book, but it was very entertaining." And it's 100% accurate. And it's a very good way of looking at it. Yes, I do know Legend of Mana. I have not played that yet, though. Oops. I know there is a remaster, so I may get to that. But it's an interesting game because it doesn't, like, have kind of a fixed story kind of thing. So it's very weird in that regard. I own the original, and the opening song for it is beautiful. Incredibly gorgeous. In a similar vein, Frank Herbert was just so jazzed they were making Dune that he just loved every minute. Well, part of it is just like, you know, can I separate out, like, that this is based on my stuff kind of thing and enjoy it for what it is, even though it's different? That's a pretty healthy way of looking at it. I mean, I personally really like David Lynch's Dune. So this is an interesting element here. It's just 3 chain links, one basic chain link and 2 ends. And I think that they're going to use this for, like, if they make any more nunchucks, rather than the specialized nunchuck piece that they came out with in a little while ago for quite a while ago for a collectible minifig. Okay, and this goes on here. Okay, one of these chains is a little janky. There we go. There we go. There's also crafting, and the game barely explains any of it. Yeah, I mean, I do own the original PlayStation release, and I did not get very far because I had no idea what the hell was going on. Chrono Cross is great. Like, I think Chrono Cross is legitimately a fantastic game. I do think it's important to separate it from Chrono Trigger slightly. Actually, where is this going to actually go? Oh, alright. Rotate these around that way. You'll never forgive how they treated the trigger cast? Okay, so here's the thing, though. The game makes it very clear that its continuity is not the only continuity. So the Chrono Trigger casts that you know and love, they're fine. They're fine in the main continuity. Chrono Cross is not actually the main continuity. Not even just two continuities. There's more than two continuities. Chrono Cross deals with two continuities. There are more continuities, though. How sick decorating with severed heads? I know, it's great, isn't it? I have a bag, a giant bag full of heads. It's wonderful. Chrono Cross the Timelines had reptites that were never exterminated, something like that. I don't remember all the specifics, but it is the case that there are multiple continuities. Chrono Cross deals with just two. They are important continuities, though. It's not even just time travel, because it's multiple dimensions, essentially. Right, there we go. We got a calligraphy pen. And this goes on right here. There we go. Do I know Pathologic? Not offhand. Alright, let's switch on over to bag number, or booklet number 2. And spare parts, we've got beige 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, beige 2L bar with stop, gold pneumatic T, gold 1x1 cylinder plate with underbar, gold 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg, black 1x1 tile, black 1x1 quarter cylinder tile, dark gray friction half pin, and a black tooth claw element. I think I may have seen someone start to play it at some point. That sounds familiar, but I don't know it. I mostly do RPGs. RPGs and... Ooh, these are pretty. RPGs and point-and-click adventures. 8x8 radar dishes. This is very pretty. But yeah, so Chrono Cross deals with a additional timelines that are not a direct extension of the Chrono Trigger timeline, but it is important for what happens at the very end if you get the good ending. Because that does stretch across the different timelines. But you could still have a straight sequel to Chrono Trigger with the characters from Chrono Trigger, continuing straight off after Chrono Trigger, and it would also not affect Chrono Cross. That's the great thing about multiple dimensions. You wonder how many people managed to beat Lavos the first time they could fight him? Probably almost none. There might be some people who ground up to extremely high levels that early, but I doubt it. Poshushu! Alright, 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles there. I'm not big on survival games. Is Stardew a survival game? Not really. It's a simulation. I mean, if someone put a survival game into Patreon for Patron's Choice, and it won, I would play it. Either to completion or until I got sick of it. Depending. Okay, so these are a modified version of a similar arch that had a two-plate end, and I totally understand why they went with a one-plate end. I don't know why they originally made them with two plates in the first place, but they are still useful. Let's get those in there. Minecraft is a survival game. Just because I'm not big on survival games doesn't mean that I don't play any of them. Like I said, if it won a Patron's Choice poll, I would play a survival game. Alright, so we got our two-plate high corrugated brick and our decorated radar dish. I mean, the thing is I don't think many people come to my channel for that kind of gameplay, so I don't know how many people would actually vote on that. It would be nice if either YouTube or Patreon would allow ranked choice polls so that I could actually get a feel for how many people put things as, like, second favorites and stuff like that. It would be kind of neat. It would be very neat. Howdy, Shield of Hope. How's it going? That is actually really nice. That really gets the angle quite well. I'm kind of surprised. I like that. You have to remember that. And then, of course, you can open it up. Turn it into a spaceship. Yeah, ranked choice is great. I definitely hope that they do not succeed up there, Bahamut. Yum. Berries. No, I'm aware. I do pay attention to that kind of thing. And I'm glad that they have failed. I think it's it's very much one of those things where, you know, once people start to use it and like, know what it does, I need to actually skip that so I don't get a content ID. That song is going to give me a content ID on YouTube. Let's not have that. No, they, I mean, they might use it, but they would have to have something very specific that they would use it for. So it's pretty unlikely that they would use it. Yeah, I'm annoyed that we haven't got it in my state. There was a primary for county executive a few years back. There were like 23 people running or something. Maybe, it was like more like 16, I think. And the person who won got 23% of the vote. I think that's why I said 23 in the first place. That means over 75% of people voted for someone else. That's not great. I was extremely annoyed by that. Partly because I didn't vote for him. Okay, there we go. Cross those over. Alright. Only making one of these, so there is our plant element, our stem element, our candlesticks in brown. Not a rogue AI. I don't think that they ever made a History of the World Part 2. I certainly don't remember it ever getting made. Like, there are some other ways to do it besides ranked choice voting that are also interesting, that are worth trying out, some, you know, in some places. Get a feel for what works best. Like preferential voting, that kind of thing. But yeah, we need to get rid of first past the post. That is for sure. Do I know Warlords Battlecry 3? Nope. They did make History of the World Part 2. Oh, alright. Was it actually Mel Brooks? They did it as a limited series sketch comedy. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Alright, now for the ball joint pieces. It was Mel Brooks, huh? I could definitely use a large pizza. Although I have leftover hibachi, so I could wait. Maybe I'll get a pizza next weekend. And garlic knots. Alright, get that right there. Alright, 2 candlesticks. Has all the things you need in life to stay healthy. Yes, that's true. Especially the carbs. Walmart pizza is surprisingly okay. You've had much worse, but also better. I mean, like it is legitimately hard to screw up pizza that badly, other than burning it. Hey, my pizzas do not have veggies. My pizzas do not have veggies. Tomato sauce definitely does not count as veggies. Alright, 7 more plate flowers here. Tomato is a veggie, but tomato sauce is extremely heavily processed and also tends to have a lot of sugar in it. Kind of defeats the whole veggie part. Still counts. Fair enough. I like my pizzas with the 4 main food groups. Meat, more meat, still more meat, and yet more meat. And also, did I mention meat? Ketchup is as smoothie as tomato is a fruit. You think it needs more meat? Good point, Kinshir. Good point. Alright, got another stick. Now we got 7 more plate flowers. If you can still see the cheese, there isn't enough meat. And that's with extra cheese. You drink the marinara sauce that Pizza Hut sends with the breadsticks? One of my my local places, they do not deliver. I go get it. It is worth it. They have garlic knots, and oh, those are so good. How do I feel about Project Thea? Is that related to Thea the Awakening? I don't know what Project Thea is. It is? Okay. I did not know they were working on a new game. I will look into it when it's out. I did like original Thea better than the second one. You hope Ald will have to make more pickles? Terrible. Project Thea is cyberpunk version of Thea. I don't know. Not sure that sounds like my my cup of tea. Alright, let's see. That is right side up. We are starting with this one. Ald only dislikes 2 because of the pickles. I don't dislike 2, but I don't like 2 as much as 1 because I did not like the combat in 2. I found the combat in 2 needlessly complex to the point where, like, I mean, as you may have noticed, like, when it got to a point where I could just breeze through it by getting the auto-resolve, I just did that all the time. I understand. The pickles aren't real, they can't hurt you. I mean, I know those aren't. I'm the one who made them. Alright, get that on there. Wait, no, that goes up higher to a higher one, apparently. Up there. There we go. I have no idea what these say in Chinese. Which means that this is the perfect thing to get tattooed on my body, permanently. And then it turns out it says, good health means pickles every day. And that's what I have permanently inked on my body. Come on, Chain. There we go. A few little hanging signs in Chinese. Okay. So spare parts, dark red 1x1 plate flower, brown 3-stem plant, brown small 3-stem plant, white 1x1 quarter cylinder tile, and a black friction pin. All right, Marav, thank you very much for coming on out. Have a good rest of your night. $7-11-8, if anyone will be so kind as to remember for you. All right. Hopefully someone will. These are a lot of large red wedge plates. I like it. These are very handy wedge plates. I don't know what I'll do. Oh, actually, I do know what I can do with red ones. Xeon ships. Good parts for Gundam box, yeah. Figure out how to make a guazine. Alright, let's see. Okay, now we got a friction pin with double axle. Yeah, this set was actually on available at Costco, relatively inexpensively, all things considered, considering LEGO doesn't go on sale very often. Anytime LEGO shows up at Costco, it's a good deal. It's a good deal. If you want the set. Alright, we get our wedge plates on here. And we have an interesting decorated 2x2 cylinder tile there. Another dark red plate flower. I feel like when I'm done with this, I'll be all ready to take on enemies in Tactics Ogre. Okay, set that aside, because we are going to make 3 of these. I hope the fan is still as awesome as it was in the original, in the remaster. Alright, so we get a gold harpoon. Kitty has you trapped, you'll never escape. It's true. It's true, there's nothing you can do. I suppose you could tell Kitty that you're going to take them to the vet. Okay, that goes on there. That goes on there, and that goes on there. Okay, now we're going to make the other side, I do believe. 2, 3. There it is. Guessing a Silk fan? Yes. Well, it might not actually be silk. But it probably is. Could be wooden, could be paper, could be iron. Could be the fan from Tactics Ogre. Lets you dodge like crazy. God, I love that fan so much. Like, in terms of weapons, it is just so insanely good. Like, honestly, it has stuck in my memory as just an incredible weapon since playing that game. Silk from the Silk Road? Yes. Yeah, they pulled it up off the Silk Road. It grows naturally on the road. Like, I think it in the original, I think it has like a hidden dodge stat, like a hidden evasion stat, that really does just make it so that you dodge all the time when you're equipped with it. What, you asked, Bahamut? Like, I mean, if you don't want to know how silk is made, don't ask. Ask silly questions, get silly answers. Alright, put this to the side again. Get all of these. Yeah, but if I'm not having fun, what is even the point? Specifically, having fun at my viewers' expense. Beware of bored dragons. Because you are crunchy and good with... Oh, wait, no, it's a different one. I'm not actually bored. I do like joking, though. You're not tasty with ketchup? I mean, I guess I'll just have to find out. I got A1 steak sauce, too. I'll use that instead. But don't worry, I won't have you well done. That is wholly inappropriate. All right, there we go. Next up, macaroni. You're darn right we can stick that in our hat. You also are not tasty. You taste like pickles. I will let you know if that is the case. I'm sure I could leach the flavor out. Find some good spices to mix in, that kind of thing, you know. It's true from all the pickles and pickled eggs you eat. So you are what you eat. You are who you eat. It's a pretty powerful ability, actually. But I'm not a doppelganger. Trying hard to not make a dark Pinocchio joke. I still can't believe that Pauly Shore was in a Pinocchio movie not too long ago. Although, that said, I suppose it makes sense considering his acting is pretty wooden. Alright, let's go ahead and get these on. Howdy, Red Hyena. How's it going? All right, so and we get some 1x12s, 1x12 plates for the ends. Pauly Shore can do a great Pauly Shore impression. I don't know, I've seen better. There we go. It has sadly gotten below freezing again. It's going to get a lot warmer, though. It's supposed to get up to mid-60s one day next week, maybe even 70, which is insane. Okay, we get that there. Get that there. That one there. That one there. Lock these in with hinge plates. 100% chance of weather. Whether you like it or not. And a gold radar dish down here. So there we go. We got our fan. I'm all ready to dodge some attacks. Spare parts. Teal 1x1 quarter cylinder tile and gold harpoon. All right, so there's two different ways to decorate this, apparently. So one kind of has squiggly gold lines, and then the other one has a tree branch. I think we'll do the tree branch. I think that looks a little bit prettier. No, wait until things melt, Bahamut. Jeez. I haven't had my fill of winter. I've had my fill of ice. Snow is good. Ice is no. You heard me right. Ice is no. Ice is no snow. That's for sure. It'll always be snowing now. Well, I mean, if it's above freezing, that's okay. Because things will still melt. All right, we got an eggshell there and a pink 1x1 plate flower. That's what you worry about with snow forecasts. Will it be ice or snow? It's pretty rare that it's ice here. Normally, until like... I mean, and again, like the thing is like With the ice that we had, it wouldn't have been so bad if it got above freezing sometime in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Because it really didn't. Now, we are supposed to get some rain tomorrow night, I think. Maybe Sunday night. And that'll help. But man, the sleet that we got, just, ugh. Like, I can still go out, and the snowpack in my yard, I can walk on it, on top of it, without falling through. It's insane. Depends on how warm the rain is. It doesn't matter how warm the rain is. If it's raining, it's not freezing. Ergo, it's above freezing, and it will melt the ice somewhat. I mean, yeah, some will freeze to the ice that's there, but it will. The more that you get, the more it'll raise the temperature of the stuff that's there. A good rainstorm has always been one of the solutions to getting rid of the snow and ice around here. That said, it probably would lead to flooding, so it is a concern. What I'm complaining about is normal winter for you? I mean, it might be. But it's not normal winter for us. And that makes a difference. It makes a big difference. Like, there are still... There is still significant footage, square footage, of streets covered with ice right now. Not like... I don't mean like thin ice that you can drive over. I mean inch-thick ice blocks. Because they did such a bad job trying to clear it. I mean, again, partly because they're not used to that much ice. Even when we get an ice storm, it's not that thick. This place is not bad at dealing with snow. But I've been in this area for many decades now, and I have never seen a storm like that. Would I like a flamethrower for my ice woes? Not really. I think that would be bad. I do have a heat gun if I actually needed it. Although I don't know that I could get it to the ice that I would want to melt, but... That's why the portable flamethrower. I think that would be bad, actually. I think that would be bad. It might cause superheated steam to scald me. Alright, so that slides through there. And 1L. 1L beam on there, and one of those pieces. Mega flares the ice for all, making a frozen fog. That seems bad, sir. That seems kind of bad. Well, I don't want to burn the grass or the house. Although, actually, you know what? No, I just did think. Yes, I will take a flamethrower for ice. That's actually a good idea. More than happy to take a flamethrower to some ice. Wink. Just remember, if you saw something, no you didn't. Hi, Egon. How's it going? Well, Bunny let her cat onto the keyboard again. Amount of energy you need the flamethrower to be at is higher than you'd imagine. Water and ice are great heat sinks and take a lot of energy to make them hotter or colder. Oh, no, I know. I know. Like, mainly, it's because, well, I don't know about mainly, but that's one reason why rain is actually pretty good at doing it. Like, it's better than air. Like, gets into the between places. Were you actually trying to type something, Lil Bunny, or was that actually your cat? What's that music? It's all Suikoden music. It is specifically Children Playing in the Fields from Suikoden 2. Oops, and I accidentally full screened that. I don't need that. Full screened. Oh, that's fair enough. Do you remember what you were trying to ask? You can ask it again. Yes, that is true. All right, fair enough. All right, we get three stem plants on here. And now 10 of the flower buds. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tries to decipher. Well, I mean, like a red-hot sphere into a frozen lake, partly, like, part of it comes down to how much, volume you're talking about, too. Like, you need a big sphere. Or a small lake, more like a pond. A puddle. Just a spare few million gallons of water, yes. Alright, there we go. That gets on right there. Okay, we make 2 birdies. The birdies are one of the reasons why I wanted to make this version. Tweet, tweet. Oh God, he's on Twitter. Quick, get him off. Oh no, it's too late. His feed has been filled with Nazis. I know, right? Alright, we got black flippers for the tail. For the tail feathers of the birdies. No more tweets in the dine, only blue skis. Blue skis. I think you still have an account there, just haven't used it in a long time. I deleted mine. And I'm, like... I'm not sad that I deleted it, but it does mean that I am no longer able to view my father's old tweets. And that I don't like. Let's get the wings on here. Nope. Let's go ahead and snooze the ad a little bit. Snooze it some more. Although that does mean that it's probably going to run while we are doing minifigs, but oh well. I deleted mine because I don't want anything pulling that information, like tying that information to me kind of thing. I did download my history. Okay, then we get the birdie heads. Plenty of time before minifigs? Yep. Alright, so spare parts before we put the birdies on. Brown 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Brown 1L beam. Red friction half pin. Dark gray 1x1 cylinder plate. Pink 1x1 plate flower. Black 1x1 tile with a round end. And I believe that is warm tan. Yeah, warm tan, I think. One angle connector with a stud. There we go. Let's go ahead and get the birdies on. Get them perched on the fan. There we go. And that goes right on there. Are those kingfishers? Probably. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know for sure. So kind of hard for me to show it this way. It wants to fall, like the persimmon wants to fall off. Okay, so the other bag, which I'm not actually going to open because I will probably just sort these parts. We got teal leaves that would go on the bottom of the fan. And then a gold snaking line along the fan as well with some flowers in the middle. I think this is better. I think this one is actually a lot better. Yeah, I mean, it's a display set. Like, it's supposed to be a display set. I like this scroll here with the calligraphy. I think that's really cool. And the persimmon is nice. The reason I thought it was a vase is because they've used this kind of construction for a vase before. And I've never actually seen a persimmon in real life. So, very nice. Go ahead and move our lion dancers. So, bag number 8, good pieces. More gold tiles, teal leaves, flowers and stuff. All right, but this means that it is time for minifigs. Persimmons taste good from your understanding? I mean, it's going to be... you know, different people are going to find the taste different. I don't know. Like, some will like it, some won't. Percy thinks I'm nice too. I am nice. All right. Where is my thing? There it is. Okay, so D20. 4. 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. Kind of. Kind of. Excuse me. Kind of. Wow. Wow. Let's start a prediction while I see if I can get over this. Kind of. I'm completely draconic. Jeez. My governing style is draconian. All right, get your predictions in. Let me get my timer up so that I am ready when the timer is done. There we go. Let me roll my die. 13, that would be the Disco Diva. 6 for Bahamut, that would be the Lady Paleontologist. 7 for Nadaroge Eye, that would be the Cthulhu Alien. First guess is a Minotaur Calligraphy Instructor. Do we have all the aliens? I don't know. There are, let's see, I have marked down 4. I don't know how many there are. There could be 4, there could be 5, there could be 6. It is possible there are only 4, in which case we have gotten them all. I don't know what the distribution of this is. So there should be 2 of this guy. Probably another, so, like the early sets were 3, 4, and 5. There were some that were 3, there were some that were 4, and there were some that were 5. Then they went with a distribution where there was 2, 4, and 6. And then so I don't know exactly what the distribution is for this one. We have not gotten any of the Fencer. We have gotten 4 of the Carpenter. 4 of the Wizard. Only 3 of the, only 3 of all these guys. Only 3 of him. 2. I think it's 4 of him. 1, 1, 3, and 3. Alright, predictions are closed. Let's go ahead and see if I can guess what's inside. Ald still offended by ancient Athenian tyrant Draco for ruining the term Draconian? Yes, yes. Also Athenian tyrants for ruining the term tyrant. All right, and Byzantine despots for ruling the term despot. Okay, and go. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we have? That feels like hair. What kind of hair? What kind of hair or helmet? That is that, do we got ears on that? No. Okay. All right, 24.48. That is the Egyptian warrior. It wasn't hair, it was his hat. I felt the hat. Let's see if we are correct. Yes. Yes, we are. Okay, so that is 4 of that guy. Choose the outcome. That was 24.48. Choose the outcome. Within, yes, 20 to 50 seconds. Complete that prediction. Who is getting the hams? Kinshir getting all the hams. Very nice. Bahamut going for within 20 seconds. Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. All right, I'm actually going to manually run the ad right now while I put this together. And then we pull out the next one. So you guys will see the thing pop up. Mine, all mine. Nom 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 nom. Delicious hams. Don't eat them all tonight, Kinshir, alright? So, really nice Egyptian warrior. Old Kingdom style warrior. I did mark him down. Alright. So, that is that one. So, next up we have Series 10. You have to be careful with ham. Falker loves it. Is it bad for kitties? I don't actually know. All right, 2, so we're going over here. 18, I got to re-roll that, I'm pretty sure. 19, got to re-roll that. If it's too salty. Okay, 18. Well, no, I understand he wants to steal it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, let's go ahead and start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack and get your predictions in while Stupid Ducks plays. It's not actually Stupid Ducks, I know that, but it fits it so well. Alright, let's roll my die. 13, again. So that is the catcher. 11 for Nadaroge Eye, that would be the Sad Clown. 5 for Bahamut, that would be the Native American Warrior. Guess 2 is a Minotaur candy wrapper maker. For a second there, I thought that you were about to say Candy Striper. Go ahead and reset my timer. There we go. A Leonin mask maker. So get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? And the ad break is just about to end as well. So we have gotten the Librarian, we've gotten the Medusa, we've gotten the Roman Soldier, we've gotten the Amazon, we've gotten the Native American Warrior, the Bee Lady, the Old Guy, the Sad Clown, Revolutionary Warrior, and the Painter. We have not gotten the Mechanic, the Influencer, the Catcher, the Ship Captain, the Paintballer, the Parachuter. You think you've done the Candy Striper? Perhaps. That's just what I, initially read. I don't know why. These seem to have easily felt helmets and stuff. Some of them do. Some of them can be tough. All right, predictions are closed. I mean, anytime you have, yes, the helmets and the hair are oftentimes very unique, as opposed to the head, the torso, or the legs. And then other times you have pieces like the wrench. You know, there's only one character in here with a 1x2 tile, for example, the little dog, that kind of thing. So it's all about trying to find the unique pieces. But I do sometimes get them wrong. All right, predictions are closed, and go. All right, let's see. That is a rod of some sort. Okay. 12.96. I felt the axe, so it is the Native American. I felt the tomahawk. Didn't watch which ones were which. You're guessing the guy with the balding hair and glasses is the influencer. Yes, that is true. I'm getting the young ones all interested in baldcore. Yeah, you've heard of bardcore. Well, now it's all about baldcore. All right, so that was... Come on, come back up. 12.96. So choose the outcome. That is yes within 20 seconds. Complete that prediction. Who is getting the hams? Bahamut and Red Hyena getting all of the hams. Very nice. Not that many, but Kinshir going for 20 to 50. No one going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. Well. You got a few extra hams, I guess. Hey, getting like 60 hams there, yeah. He's a Mohawk warrior. Let's go ahead and zoom in on him. If I can find my mouse cursor. There we go. So it is a soft, soft rubbery plastic on the blade. I want to be careful about it, but this is what I felt. I felt that, and then I felt this, and I was like, wait, what has this larger ring around the top? Oh, right. But this hair could have given it away as well. But those are the only things. All right. This can go with all of my other Native American minifigs back from the Wild West sets. All right, let's go ahead and mark him down. All right, and now we have for the final minifig, we have Series 28, which is a little bit different. So we were looking for 6 of them. And then we will move to the bottom register. So first of all, D6. Why does Blue Sky need a Go Live button in profile? It doesn't, but for people who actually want to, you know, indicate that they're streaming, like me, that's pretty handy. All right, so 5, so we're going here. I'll roll a D8 because there's only 8 left. Magua from Last of the Mohicans looking Lego fig? Yeah, kinda. I love that movie. It's such a good movie. 1, 2, 3. What we need out of the Go Live button is for it to actually remember a friggin' link. Alright, let's start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig box? So, I will shake it and guess. Then I will roll a die. And then I will weigh it. And then if none of those are correct, then we will go with no. Alright, so Bahamut rolled a 4. So that would be the monkey. 10 for Iagra. That would be the bunny. And 8 for Nadarogei would be the crocodile, or the alligator. Last guess, a Minotaur street parade performer. Not a Minotaur costume designer? Wow. Wow. Minotaurs must not like costumes, I guess. Let's get that over here so we can see the actual weight. And I do have the weights ready to go. These are averaged from across multiple minifig boxes. It's not Sobek. Sobek does not have a rubber ducky. Alien in Twitch streamer. Alright, get your predictions in. You think you've done costume design? Like I remember. You do a lot of those. I can't remember them all. It's fine. It could be the same thing again, or it could be a different Minotaur costume designer. You know? Different accessories. Also, for those who are excited about Maersk Blue, we're getting another Maersk set. Yay! I'm looking forward to that. It's another boat. I do like Lego boats, so. All right, predictions are just about closed, and there they go. All right, so the only one that we've gotten so far was the koala. That's what we got on Wednesday. You're doing what you can to keep a variety. That's fair. Okay, I think there's 2 round things, so I'm going to go with the bunny. That is my guess. The die says 10. I'm going to re-roll that so that it is different. 6. All right, so that is saying the koala. And let's weigh it. So we are looking for somewhere around 17.35. That is 18.69. That is not somewhere around 17.35, so I am going to be incorrect. 18.69. That could be the crocodile. Could be the peacock. 18.69. Is that it? Yeah. All right, so which is actually closer? It's kind of like right in the middle of the peacock and the alligator, but I'm gonna say peacock. I'm gonna say that's the peacock. All right. So let's scan it. No, that is the crocodile costume. All right. Monkey is 16.86, so no, it could not have been the monkey. Besides, the monkey is over here. I didn't forget the monkey. That is a reference for like 3 people, none of whom have ever seen my channel. All right, so that is going to be a no. Let's complete that prediction. Okay, Kinshir and Lel Bunny getting a massive 8,352 hams. Bahamut and Red Hyena going for yes with guess. Shield of Hope going for yes with die roll. Roger C4 Wilco and Iugra going for yes with wait. But it was the no that wins it. Gave out some hams indeed. It's a big ham payout. So let's get our crocodile. Let's see. We've got Wink. Okay, she could be Winky. Suppose that's an acceptable return on 10-bet? Yeah. Yeah. 8,000 hams is acceptable. You always gamble on the long shot. Keeps it interesting. See, Lel Bunny just has no faith in me. That's why she goes for no. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom in on you. So, fun crocodile helmet. A very cool... I think dual molded, like life ring. I like the trans purple, the trans pink. And here is her head. So winking, or just kind of grinning. And a rubber ducky. It's a very cute outfit. Okay, so let's go ahead and mark down the crocodile. So we are looking to get 3 of them, 6 separate ones, and there are 3 of each. Once we get 6 separate ones, we will move to the bottom register and start filling in the gaps with whatever is left on top before we, rather than leave gaps and not guess those bottom ones. All right, let me see if anyone is on. Yeah, DJ Birdman's on. He raided me not too long ago. Let's go ahead and head his way. All right, so I want to thank you guys for coming on out. We will be back on, well, tomorrow for some more Spelljammer. We will be back on Monday for some more Dragon Quest II. We'll be back on Wednesday for some more of the Chinese traditional sets. And Friday as well, we will be back for some more Chinese traditional sets. Because it is the Lunar New Year. So I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and I shall see you next time. See you then, everyone.